Hi, and welcome back to another episode of the Big DK Energy Podcast. My name is Danny Carenter, or the DK and the Big DK Energy. And at one point in my life, it's part of my Korean culture that I did Taekwondo. And even though I stopped for a little bit, I always thought that martial arts were pretty badass. And speaking of people who do martial arts that are badass, I have one of them sitting across from me today. He has been practicing karate for over 20 years and is an instructor at Winter Garden Karate. And when he's not kicking his students' ass, he's kicking ass in comedy and podcasting with his podcast, the Nah Dude Podcast.
Yeah.
So we're going to learn about this very hilarious and very well-rounded individual today. So please put it together for today's guest, Mr. Kermit Gonzalez.
Hey, what's going on? Man, you brought me in like there was an audience. I was looking around. I was like, who's here?
Dude, I want to give everybody hype intro.
That was a big hype. What's going on, man?
Not much, dude. Living the dream, or as I sometimes say, another day in the simulation.
Is that where we're at?
Yeah.
Birds are fake and people are lizards and all that?
Of course, yeah.
Okay, cool.
And everything is just literally in another dimension. It's just
Gotcha. We're just going to 1 minute from the metaverse. Is it metaverse?
That's right, yeah.
Okay, cool.
The beginning of the end.
Yeah.
What? Anyway, I've met Kermit because I took a stab at the comedy scene here, and even though I wasn't as great as this individual right here, I was able to...
Pump the brakes, bro. That's where you're... All right, now, I appreciate it, but I'm okay. You're giving me way too much credit.
What are you talking about? You're one of the funniest guys I know.
Okay. Thank you. I don't take...
Compliments?
No, bro, I hate it. Oh, I hate it. It's so bad. I don't look for it. I don't want it. I know it's a weird thing, but like, you know how you're like, oh, I want people to feel comfortable?
Yeah.
That makes me uncomfortable.
I'm sorry about that.
But no, it's cool. I want to hear it.
Well, you've earned every bit of it. And Kermit, I wouldn't bullshit you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I appreciate it, man.
Of course.
So you say you did Taekwondo. What's up with that?
So I was in first grade, my mom being from Korea, and of course, I kind of noticed it was kind of a fad in the 90s where it was kind of the thing where families would go take Taekwondo classes. I don't know where the sudden spike came from, but it seems like 80s, everyone was opening up they don't call it a dojo, they call it something else, but I forgot.
No, they call it a dojo. Oh, well, the Koreans, they call it their academy, you saying?
Yeah, they call it something else, not necessarily a dojo, I think. It's been a while, but
Okay.
I got up to a brown belt, and then I had to move from Virginia to here, and then I guess I just kind of stopped.
Time out. You were in Virginia. Man, I thought you were in Korea, like getting this belt. Like, you're official. Like, you are legit.
Oh, no.
I'm not Virginia.
I'm not that legit. I'm sorry. Although at my first tournament, the grandmaster of the whole studio, he was there, and my mom and him were just conversing, just regularly because, they're both from Korea. And so
Okay.
It was pretty cool.
So you did it till brown. So what? You did it for 2 years? 3?
Yeah, 2 to 3 years.
2 to 3 years. I'm gonna give it or take. So you were a brown belt, and you started at first grade.
Yeah.
So you're like 13, probably younger.
Yeah, a little bit younger.
A little bit younger. So, but I'm saying, by the time you got brown belt, were you like 13 or no?
I don't know. I was actually way younger. I started.
Oh damn! Did you fight?
Yeah, I sparred.
Oh, okay, cool.
Of course I sparred.
Because you see those kids, they'd be like, I'm a black belt. And then you see them get beat up. I'm like, oh, boy.
Yeah, it wasn't one of those academies where it's like they just graduated you to black belt just to make them look good. Like,
yeah, you're just, you crossed the street.
Yeah.
Here's a stripe on your belt. Like,
right.
all right, Jesus. Oh, yeah.
Just for signing up the academy, you get a white belt.
Yeah, we got a black belt program. You start as a black belt. He's 5. That's fine. $300.
Yeah,
Like,
it's called the Steven Seagal package, and it comes with a donut every time.
Yeah, you get a Pizza Hut coupon. You get a members only jacket.
Not gonna lie, I would subscribe to that. I mean,
Of course.
you're burning off the calories that you're gonna eat.
Is that what it is? Just the whole pizza party karate dojo.
Pizza party package.
Yeah.
For punching.
Yeah. So, nah, man, but I did, like you said, I've been doing it for over 20 years. And I'm still doing it. And I'm 39. It's crazy.
Damn. How did the karate bug bite you?
I'm a military brat. So,
Hey, me too.
Yeah, so father was in the military and he was
branch?
a black belt, Army.
Oh, mine too. Not a black belt, though.
Yeah, okay, cool. But he did martial arts, and then he was actually a coach for the Taekwondo games and the Olympics.
Oh, nice.
And he did a bunch of tournaments and credentials on that. I was born, and then I kind of just got roped into it.
Where were you born exactly?
I was born in El Paso, Texas.
Oh, got it. I was born in Fort Irwin, California. So, being born
On a base.
Yeah, completely out in the middle of nowhere.
Dude, I traveled everywhere. And everywhere I traveled is always like a nowhere. Like, no one knew. Like, where? The only place I went that people know about was like Fort Knox. But that's it.
Where else did you move during your time as a military brat?
Germany, Baumholder, Germany, something like that. Kentucky, California, Texas, where I was born. And then back here to Florida.
Okay, nice.
So we pretty much ended in Florida.
So you've been everywhere, man.
Not really, but I mean, I feel like I've been like the two parts, east and west, and then just call it a day.
I have a question. Were you always like the new kid at school?
Yeah, dude, there's no such thing as knowing a friend.
Right?
You just had a friend for a year,
Yeah.
And then you're moving. You remember Tom? Like, nope. Don't remember any of those kids.
What sucked one time is actually when I lived in Arizona where my sister was born, and then before I moved to Korea, we had to give away our 2 dogs, and it was like one of the saddest days of my life.
That's the word. We took our dogs cross country from California to Florida. We're like, screw it, get in the car.
Lucky.
Yeah. He just brought it to a sad halt, and then I lost my dog. All right.
It's all right. They went to a nice family.
Okay.
We made sure they were taken care of.
Okay. Not a Korean, right there.
Hey, the Korean was actually the one saying it was okay because it was my mom.
Oh no, the wrong Koreans. Oh no.
Great. Actually, funny you bring that up because sure, yes, there is that taboo, which I never did that because actually when I lived in Korea, years later, I looked up every food that I ate on Wikipedia. I'm like, please no dog, please no dog. And so far, I'm confirmed no dogs.
You lived in Korea for how long?
6 months.
North or south?
South. If I was north, then somehow
I was like, how'd you escape? Yeah, how'd you get out?
Dude, I would have been on Joe Rogan if that was the case. But
yeah.
So they actually just banned eating dogs in South Korea like 2 years ago, I think in 2020.
2 years ago? Jesus Christ, man. They just recently...
Hey, better late than never.
I guess. What are other animals that they eat over there? Do you know?
I mean...
it's just everything's game, right?
No. Koreans are a little more, I guess, westernized in terms of the things. They eat a lot of pork. They eat a lot of seafood.
Oh, for sure. That's Hispanics.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's nothing.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Especially like ropa vieja and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Well, we're going into the realm of eating iguanas now, so...
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I haven't had it, but I know it's happening.
It's not that it's weird to eat squid, but like I remember one time I was a little kid and there was a woman like getting squids in a bucket and then she was getting ink on her hands and then somehow she was just cutting them up. And then the next day at school when they give you lunch, I saw like mini tentacles in whatever I was eating and I was like, is this the squid from yesterday?
Your mom was packing you squid. Yo, you're the weird kid eating at school. Was this when you're in Virginia and you're just eating squid? Now you're just like look at this fucking kid don't have a sandwich. He has squid meat over there.
Actually, I think... Oh, wait, no, there were a couple times that I brought, like, gimbap to school and whatnot.
And that is?
Gimbap is essentially Korean sushi, except instead of raw seafood in the middle, it's, like, vegetables and other cooked meats and, like, sometimes imitation crab and all that other kind of stuff.
Oh, you must have got picked on so much.
Surprisingly, there's a big Korean population in Virginia.
Really? Mm-hmm. All right, I'll stand corrected on that one. I would have lost that bet.
Yeah, but I think my sisters had stories where people at school were like, ew, your food smells funny.
I can imagine.
Did you ever have to go through that?
My parents did, what did they, the mortillas is blood sausage. And I didn't know. I used to eat them like nothing. Blood sausage was delicious. And I used to take them to school and eat it, and they stunk. But I didn't care. And then somebody broke the news to me, like, you know you're eating pig's blood. I'm like, what? I'm like, yeah, you eating pig's blood. I'm like, no.
That's impossible.
This is before Google. I couldn't look it up. I had to go, like, literally go to the library and look it up and like, oh, I'm like, all right, done. And I never eaten them since. So yeah.
I can just imagine your parents being like, Kermit, you aren't eating anything.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, Kermit, that's not a very Hispanic name, if I'm not correct.
No, not at all. But they pronounce it Kemi. So they totally just skip over the IT part. And I think my father was, because I'm a junior, so there's a senior frog. You know what I mean? So my father's mom said that she got the name from a popular radio guy.
Oh?
But yeah, and then that's why she went from there. She didn't even know there's a Muppet.
I was about to say, was there a Kermit the Frog in the...
She didn't even know about Muppets. And then you come to the States and it's like,
oh no, well that's kind of a shame. Hiya!
Yep, and then just...
Oh.
Every Miss Piggy joke, every Kermit joke I got to listen to.
And speaking of hiya, your dad was your instructor growing up, I assume?
Yeah, for the most part. But then he'll go and get shipped away or whatever. You know, he went to Korea.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, he fought in Korea, so he might have met some of your friends over there. I don't know. And then...
if anything, like relatives, but you know.
Yeah.
Korean War was like 50s.
Yeah, so he went over there for a while. I don't know if I have a Korean brother or sister over there. And so then when that happened, I just kind of transitioned to like doing judo. And then I did Kyokushinkai and Shotokan. I did all those kind of different styles of karate. And then
sounds like you're training to become a shinobi or something like that. Shinobi?
I sucked at sports, but I wanted to do sports. You get what I'm saying? I sucked at basketball, baseball, soccer. What else? Football. I was horrible. I was the worst. I was the worst kid. If I was on your team, you're losing.
What position did you play?
The one that nobody ever wanted me near them. Like it was just like, what was it? Baseball was like left field, far left field or something.
Outfielder,
yeah, just out there. I couldn't hit the ball. I listed on a damn T-ball. Basketball, I sucked. Period. just sucked. Football, I suck. Soccer, I suck. So I was just like, man, I just want to do something. And then, of course, my dad was like, just stay in martial arts. I was like, all right. And then I just realized I like fighting.
Yeah,
So
I mean,
I just stayed with
it's
it.
literally kick ass.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't kick anyone's ass. I got my ass kicked plenty of times.
Well, in order to get to your level, of course, you got to get your shit kicked in. But
Yeah.
It's character building.
If you say so.
Is that how your dad described it?
It was a way of like, oh, you looking sad? Go fight. Okay.
Go fight.
There's no such thing as anxiety or depression or any of that crap. It was
Just
like,
go beat someone up.
yeah, well, what's the matter with you? I'm feeling depressed. You just bored. Go fight. Just, okay.
Tough love is the best, isn't
Yeah,
it?
I'm depressed. You're lazy. Okay.
Great. Well, knowing you for a fact, lazy is definitely not the word to describe you because
I like to be lazy though. Oh God, I
well,
love
who
it.
doesn't? But you run a school,
Yeah.
and you podcast and you do comedy. That takes a lot of brain power, Mr. Gonzalez.
All right, dude. Whoa, calm down with that quote. If once my co-hosts hear this, they're gonna roll their eyes so far. You said brain power? Listen, I wish I had brain power. I just know how to fight. I don't feel like there's any brain power.
I feel like there's got to be some, especially for like reaction time and whatnot. You got to know, hey, maybe I shouldn't have my face in front of the fist when it punches.
Yeah. I guess that's a little bit more reaction than brain. It's just like moving.
Okay,
But, yeah.
fair. I mean, I used to play goalie in hockey, and so, I actually watched a whole sports science thing about, like, how, at least the guy that was in the video, his reaction time was that equal of a cat, which was, like, 1/10 of a second.
Really?
Yeah, so, like, as soon as the puck left the ice, his body saw it and, like, already knew how to move his arm into the exact spot where it needs to catch.
Man, that's awesome.
Yeah,
I
but
gotta watch that.
there's actually a lot of like those sports sciencey stuff about like martial arts too. I forgot this specific show, but many different forms of kung fu imitate animals. And so what they did was, for example, there was like a tiger style, and so what they did was, oh, you know it.
No.
That looked pretty accurate.
Yeah, just whatever.
See, you got the chops.
It's just, oh God, tiger style, mantis, stork. Like who? Like,
Wait, tiger style. I'm pretty sure that's how Wu-Tang Clan ain't nothing to fuck with.
yeah, that's how it starts. Well, that whole Wu-Tang Clan, RZA just pretty much just took every kung fu movie from back in the day, from like Seven Rings, Enter the Dragon, all those kind of movies, then incorporated into his music.
I mean, yeah, that is how they started. In fact, even one of their nicknames for Staten Island, where they're from, is Shaolin.
Right.
My dad knows them because he's from there too.
Your dad knows the Wu-Tang Clan?
Oh, dude, my redheaded, blue-eyed dad from New York loves the Wu-Tang Clan.
I met RZA and I met
Really?
I met Ghostface Killer.
Oh, no way.
Killer. My bad. Ghostface Killer.
Ghostface Killer, that's right.
Here in Orlando. And I also met Quentin Tarantino the same day.
Oh, how did that happen?
So there was a club downtown. I think it was called one of those fire names: Sapphire, Ember, Flame. Who the fuck? Who cares, right? So
Sounds
it
like
was
a bunch of strippers.
Yeah, it was one of those clubs. And there's a time like when phones started kind of coming out, so like the phones kind of look like recorders, like like you ever seen those like news recorders?
Dude, I lived during that era.
Yeah, so I had that kind of phone. So they're in the club and they're in VIP, and I remember me and my buddy, we're watching them walk in, and we're like, yo, is that RZA? Like, yeah. I was like, that Ghostface? Is that Quentin Tarantino? We're like, oh my God, because this is around the time where Kill Bill 2 was coming out.
Oh,
So
okay.
they were kind of like touring with each other and all that, and kind of hanging out, and then they're in VIP. And I was like, I'm gonna go meet him. And then, of course, like, there's no way you're gonna meet him. I tell the bouncer that I'm a reporter from Orlando News. I made up some crap, and I held my phone up. Like, I was like, I'm a reporter from Orlando News. I'm gonna go in there and interview these guys. And the bouncer kind of gave me a look like, this isn't gonna work. And it worked. And then I go into VIP. They're high as a kite. Everyone's like, they're drinking, and there's people all around.
Everybody's eyes look like mine.
Yeah, like if you took a photo of me in the VIP, like, yo, who photoshopped you in there? Like, it looks so awkward. Like, I was just like this little Hispanic guy, like, hey, and then this bunch of big dudes here, and like these chicks. And then I just went straight to Quentin Tarantino, and I was like, hey, man, I'm a huge fan. Thank you. And I shook his hand, and that was it. And then as I shook his hand, the bouncer comes and I go, hey, man, you gotta get the fuck out of here. And I was like, oh, we're at me. He literally just escorted me out right out the club. And then
I'm surprised he didn't just pick you up and just take you out himself.
close enough. Like the way his hand grabbed me, it was like one of those claw games. Like, get out. Like, Jesus.
He was just one of those bouncers. Actually, I have a friend who does bouncer and bodyguard work up in New York. He's 7 feet tall, or 7'1", And so,
Jesus, it's a beast.
oh yeah, but Joey's a really cool guy.
Joey's a really cool.
Oh, funny that you brought up Photoshop because I brought this up. But then also, I know that you have your own Photoshop channel because as a comedian, you like to joke around, but then you like to also be a little bit artsy as well. So I know there's that side of you.
Oh, yeah, man. That account's kind of ghost right now. I mean, that happened during COVID.
I remember that, but it was really funny though.
Yeah, I was like, I'm so bored.
I'm gonna make memes.
Yeah, I'm just gonna make memes, and then just what I was doing, I was grabbing people's artwork that I like, and then I'll create it. I'll just take, let's say it was like a robot baboon, and I'll take a real face of a baboon, then I'll put like robot parts on it, and then I'll put his photo, his artwork, and then that. And then I just kind of just started making funny ones, like the crate challenge one and stuff like that.
That crate challenge, man, that was sending people to the hospital at times where hospitals were already kind of full.
Such a fun event that was happening. And then, I was just doing that for fun, but then I just bailed. Honestly, it's not like I don't like to do it. It's just I don't have time.
Correct. It's not your main focus.
No, I would love it to be, but then I don't want it to be. Because I can't do what you do. Like just work from home kind of deal. I don't know if I have ADD, but I'm pretty sure I have something. Like there's no way I can just sit here. I'll bounce off the walls. Like I can't do it.
If you see my tabs like on my computer, you'll understand that I'm the same way, but I somehow find some way to be grounded.
Yeah.
So you've been in martial arts for a very long time, and then you were thinking, you know what, I feel like instructing. Or like, how did that come to be?
So the whole instructor thing kind of came in. So my father came back from the military and then he retired. And then, my dad was doing like BS jobs. I mean, the guy's in the military, blah, 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 and he's working for a termite agency. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, what the hell? I was working at Chuck E. Cheese and Best Buy. I was working 2 jobs. And he's like, yo, you want to keep doing this or you just want to go and do your own thing? And like, what are you talking about? Because I was fighting at the time. I was still fighting. I was doing like kickboxing matches here and there and like point fighting and stuff like that.
Like amateur?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, so I was just doing like little things here, nothing major. I wasn't really serious about it. And my father was like, let's just start up a karate school. And I was very like against it. Like I was like, I don't want to do it because I know it comes with a karate school. And that's dealing with like teaching and kids and all that.
You're not a big fan of any of those things?
Listen, if you would have brought your kid to me the first year that we opened, I was beating the shit out of these kids. I had no idea what to do. Like I didn't know how to teach kids. Like I was just like, this is how you throw a punch. And it's like, why don't you move? your kid's stupid. Like I didn't know how to like talk to people. I didn't know how to do anything as a teacher. Like I was a horrible coach.
Really?
Yeah.
But then you're in it now for how many years?
17.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah. We've been in Winter Garden Karate, that location, for 17 years.
Oh, dang.
Yeah. So it's crazy.
So you must have done something right.
Something right. I think like after the 4th year, I was like, I need to chill out, like beating the shit out of because I wasn't having any, like, you look at our school, like, why don't you have any students? I was like, because I was just beating the shit out of them all. I didn't care. My dad wasn't any better.
Oh, really?
Like he was still in that military, kind of like drill sergeant and like, why are you crying?
Yeah, no crying.
Yeah, get up and.
Very Cobra Kai.
Very Cobra Kai. We were Cobra Kai. We were 100% Cobra Kai. My father used to go, when he came back from the military, before we started the karate school for a couple years, he would go with another guy named Mark Kern. And Mark Kern owned a school in Longwood, Florida. And they would go to other people's karate schools and challenge their fighters and beat the hell out of their fighters and then leave their business card going, hey, come to my school. Like, that's what my dad's mentality and his mentality were.
That actually sounds exactly the beginning of Ip Man.
Well, it's Bruce Lee's, man, I forgot the movie. But Bruce Lee did it in his movie where he goes, you remember he takes a plaque and he breaks it over his knee? You don't remember that?
No.
Oh, man, it's going to bother me all day. It's a Bruce Lee movie. It's not Enter the Dragon. It's maybe Chinese Connection. I don't know. I don't remember. He takes a plaque. Like,
interesting. Oh, speaking of something connection, actually there was a cheesy but got a cult following after martial arts movie filmed here in Orlando by a Taekwondo guy. I think his name is Master Kim, which is like all of them. And they filmed it here in Orlando. In fact, you can even see one scene like in front of Apollo, and it's called The Miami Connection. And when it was first released, it was really negatively received, but then somehow someone found it in the back of a video store next to the adult section, I think is where they found it or something like that.
Okay.
And then they were like, oh, what's this Miami Connection? And they just saw a bunch of guys doing Taekwondo, and apparently they're all like orphans and in a band somehow. And I don't know, but that just reminded me of that.
I think I know what you're talking about, because Master Kim is I think he opened up His school. I don't know if it's Victory. It's either Victory or it's Martial Arts World or something like that. I don't remember. There's two of them. There's like a chain. Like McDojo would be saying they're like the McDonald's of karate. Like there's one in every corner in Florida. Like it's just, and they're the ones that would be like, oh, your kid's a 6-year-old. Here's a black belt. Like,
yeah.
It's one of those. So yeah, they're kind of like the McDojos that everyone makes fun of. So yeah.
All right. Well, it's good to hear that you're not a McDojo.
Nah, man. No, I taken my bumps and bruises. I'm still taking them. I'm becoming more and more jiu-jitsu lover than anything. Jiu-jitsu lover. Jiu-jitsu person that I love jiu-jitsu a lot more now lately. I just got my purple belt, so that's fun.
Oh, congrats.
Yeah, thank you. Bumps and bruises and broken bones afterwards.
I was about to say, how many broken bones have you endured throughout your career?
Never. Never broke a bone.
Oh, whoops. I hope I didn't like...
No, it's cool, man. It's one of those things, it's like, I don't know how. I sprained, I fractured, but like a full break, never.
Well, if you do break something, at least...
Oh, I'm so blaming you. Okay. I'm so blaming you.
I would say just go for the dominant arm so that people can do stuff for you.
No, I'm going to be texting you in the hospital. You son of a bitch. This is your fault.
You better take care of the medical bill.
Yeah, you
this
better
is your
take
fault.
care of it. This is your fault. No, man, I never have broken anything.
Let's put it this way. Nah, I'm good.
Nah, I'm good. I'm good. The funny thing is, it is an ongoing joke on our podcast is, so I don't remember my childhood. Oh. Yeah, like it's gone. I've been to therapy. I've done, what's that, being hypnotized.
I was about to say ayahuasca. I'm like,
ayahuasca, no. Hypnotized?
Yeah.
I've done all that crap. Try to remember my childhood. It's gone.
Really?
Yeah, dude. I got hit really hard. I got kicked in the side of the head, like on the temple. Knocked me silly.
When was this?
I was fighting at Roxy's here in Orlando. Now it's called Glitz. I want to say around like 18 years old. Yeah. I was still like about to graduate high school. I was thinking I was a badass and everything, and I got rocked. And yeah, man. And I don't remember my childhood. I try to. I remember like blips, but like I don't remember anything from like you know how some people like remember like when they're 5 and all that.
Yeah.
No way.
There's
no way.
What's the earliest age you can remember?
And it's blurry. My 9th grade.
Oh wow. Only in high school.
Yeah, freshman.
Okay, got it.
Middle school, elementary, gone.
Dang, could you kick me in the side of the head? I would need that.
You want that? Erase all the bad memories?
Yeah, wait, even the good ones too. All of them.
Yeah.
Actually, I wouldn't allow myself to do that now that I think about it because my mom passed away when I was younger, so I wouldn't want to forget.
Yeah, man, you don't want to lose that. You don't want to lose those memories. You gotta keep that.
Yeah,
so.
But there's some other stuff that I do want kicked out of there.
Yeah. Yeah, man, so I don't have any memory of that. It sucks. Oh, shit, sorry. It sucks. And yeah, so no broken bones, but lost memory. So, boom.
So is it as bad?
Yeah. You don't slate in, huh?
Nah, I need some way to
Dude, just...
That works too.
That's your slate right there. Boom.
All right, excellent.
There you go.
Podcasting advice by Kermit.
Hey, man, I try to.
Hey, I'm heeding it because, listen, any kind of input I can get, I appreciate it. Especially as a newer podcast host like myself, I'm appreciative when I can get good advice from seasoned ones like yourself.
Ah, thanks, man. Yeah, no, I'm happy to help. I always find it funny when people don't want to give hints. They're like, hey, how do you blah, blah, blah in your podcast and set up this and set up... I'll watch a YouTube video. Thanks.
That's the easiest answer.
Thanks, bro. But you know what? God, I wish I would have did that too. But, I thought it would be fun to just maybe ask somebody instead of watching a video. But dude, if you got a question, dude, I'll 100% help out. I have no problem. I helped out Jake with this Cup of Jokes podcast setup. The whole look, the layout and everything. I worked on that with him.
That's a fun layout. I love watching their stuff. Actually, I had both Jake and Joe on the show.
No, I'm sorry.
And then he's not a host of a podcast per se, but guy Christophe Jean here as well.
Oh, okay. So yeah, I'm sorry too. And did you hear that? The hell was that? Was an airplane fly by?
Yeah.
Okay, I was like, whoa, what was that?
Yeah, I mean, I love it here. It's just that if you don't like loud noises, there's a train that comes by here.
Oh, dude, you're in the heart of Orlando. Like, when I was driving up here, I was like, oh, wow, he's in it. Everything's at his reaching distance. You don't need a car. You just need a scooter, realistically.
Honestly, yeah, because I do freelance photography for some of the bars in the downtown area, so literally I just walk to work.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, you did it for Bricks? Whatever. Jake's new room.
I think it's Binks.
Okay. All right.
But that's right. Two of the former guests, Joe Sensabella and Jake Ricca, they started a comedy showcase in downtown Orlando.
And it's monthly now.
It is monthly. Yeah. First Wednesday of every month, I believe.
That I don't know, but yeah, I'm gonna go with that. I don't know if that's a fact. He sent me a text. I gotta work on the flyer for him because I put a flyer together.
Nice.
So yeah, I actually got so many flyers I gotta do.
And do you do the flyers for your school as well?
Yeah, I do the flyers for my school. I do the flyers for Orlando Comedy Scene. I do it for the Improv. And then I do any kind of advertising for our podcast, the Nah Dude podcast.
Man, you just do it all, don't you? You're a jack of all trades.
It's one of those things though too, man. Like it's so easy to learn how to do this stuff. It's just a matter of just take the time and do it because the technology is there now. Like I was telling you, like before we started the podcast, like there's an app called CapCut, and like I do all my editing there for now. Like I bought an iMac, I bought a M1, whatever, like the new iMac, whatever. Anyway, I bought a new computer just for editing.
Okay,
It's super fast, but then I catch myself still on my freaking phone doing majority of the editing.
I totally see where you're going from. Like, for example, that's my computer that I use for editing. However, I usually do a lot of stuff on here, especially a lot of the posting, because for some odd reason, like, for example, on Hootsuite, if you were to have, like, a social media channel, up to, like, a certain pixel or, like, dimension size, it won't allow.
Right.
And so it just sucks. What's the use of posting something if I can't even post it?
Yeah, because Photoshop now has all the new apps, too, that they branch off. That if you purchase Photoshop or your monthly subscriber yearly, you get to use their apps for free.
Oh, yeah, like, you mean the Creative Cloud?
That's one of them.
Yeah, that's what I have. And
Yeah.
so that's where I do the advertising, and that's where I do use Premiere Pro and all that kind of stuff. And not going to lie, it makes more sense to do something that's more capable of handling a huge file to do the editing. It's just that for those shorter clips, though, it's kind of difficult sometimes. It's not necessarily hard to export them per se, but it's just like, for example, adding the subtitles that you use CapCut. What? CapCut?
It might be CapCut. I don't know.
CapCut, but you use that app for captioning. Well, Premiere can do that too, but the thing is that because you already have such a huge file on there, a lot of things get laggy.
Yeah. And of course, it's portable.
Yeah.
So I could be doing this crap
While taking a crap.
on the shitter. Like, yeah, you don't have to be bottled down in your room. So that's the nice part. But what the hell were we talking about? How did we go in this tangent? We just went to like a whole...
Something about taking a dump or something.
Yeah, dude, we were like all over the place. I don't know where the hell are we?
It was something about the Creative Cloud or something like that.
No, dude, but before that, we were talking about how the hell we even end up with this Photoshop talk. This is such a nerd talk. This is such tech nerd.
Well, it's tech nerds who have a marketable job. There we go.
Yeah.
So you've done amateur boxing. Did you ever fight against anyone?
Kickboxing, never boxing.
Oh, got it. Did you ever spar with someone or fight someone who was like pretty big named?
Big name? No. I've trained with a lot of big names.
Oh, like who?
Hoist Gracie, Leo Machida. There's quite a few. They're on my Instagram. Go there. I have every photo I have of MMA fighters or all that I have on there.
So I have a dumb question.
There's no such thing, is it?
Well, I say there's dumb people who ask those questions.
All right, let's do that.
So, did you ever have to fight any female fighters?
You mean training them?
No, like actually sparring them, or like in the
Yeah.
Really?
But not like, well, okay, what are you talking? Like sparring and then fighting is two different.
Okay, I'm talking fighting, like actual.
No.
Okay, because I know sparring is just between two people, like for practice.
Right, but I mean, the sparring that I do with these girls, they're beasts. I train with a girl named Hannah Goldie, and she's a monster. Every time I go in the ring with her, I know that I have to be ready. Like, you're about to get hit. There's another girl I'm with right now, Ariana. She has a fight in April, and I'm trying to help her as much as I can get ready for that. But yeah, no, the girls are just tough the guys, man. It's a new breed.
Huh, interesting. Do you have any favorite female fighters currently?
The UFC still to this day, even though she lost the belt, is Amanda Nunes. Amanda Nunes is my favorite. Funny story about Amanda Nunes though, because she just recently lost the belt.
I remember seeing that fight. I was working that night and everyone was watching that fight.
Yeah, so she lost the belt on my wedding day.
What?
Yeah, so what happened was we did our wedding.
Which, oh yeah, that's right. You are recently wed.
I'm
Mazel
newlywed.
tov.
Yeah, thank you. We got married, and she's a UFC fan as well too.
Nice.
And she loves Amanda Nunes. So me and her are on the same page. So we all go into the lobby after the wedding. It's me and all the groomsmen and all the guys that like UFC. And we're watching it on our laptop. We bought it. So we're watching the UFC. She loses. She lost the belt. And I remember my wife turning to me and she looks at me in my face. She goes, "This is the worst day of my life." And then she walked the hell off. She went to the room and I was like, and we all were just laughing. We were like, what the fuck just happened? And it was just the funniest moment. This is why we got married.
Sounds like a great match for you.
Dude, I love her so much. She's awesome.
I can't wait for you to tell that story to your kids. And so, Mom was marrying Dad a mistake?
Yeah. And our greatest fighter ever lost on our wedding day. So,
who are you going to raise your kids to be known as the best fighter? Or at least some of the best fighters?
oh man, that's what we're doing? We haven't had the kid talk yet. So.
Oh, my bad.
No, it's not. It's fine, dude. We talk about it. Don't get me wrong. We're practicing having a kid. We just don't care if it comes. Like, if it comes,
Does that mean you have a pet?
No, dude. We're not doing the dog and stuff. We did. That was rough. Yeah,
It was rough.
Literally. So, Oh, if I had a kid, I'm like, oh, this is the greatest fighter ever.
Yeah.
I'll just be like, Machete is the greatest fighter ever. And
Machete?
yeah, Machete.
I was about to say, like, the movie?
Yeah. Just lie to him.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
But
Ninja Turtles. just
I actually remember seeing Machete once, and I was like, that's when Lindsay Lohan was kind of like in her muddled area.
Okay, yeah.
And so it's like, when I saw her in like, what was it, Freaky Friday back in the day? Yeah, when she was in that movie, I thought she was hot. Well, when I was much younger, I thought she was hot then. But then when I saw her in this movie, I'm like, man, she really let herself go.
Machete's short, by the way.
It really is.
Yeah, he's short. I thought he was a tall dude. And I met
I
him.
thought you were talking about the movie. Wait,
No.
Wait,
Like
Danny Trejo is
Danny
short?
Trejo is short.
How short is he?
I think he's only like 5'5".
Really?
Yeah, he's not. He looks humongous on the screen, and then you
absolutely.
walk up to him, you're like, oh. I was like, oh shit, because I stood next to him. I was like, okay, you're a lot shorter than I thought you were.
That happened to me once, right before this escapes my mind. Apparently, Daniel Craig,
The new Bond?
yeah, the newest Bond, I
Yeah.
think, if I'm not caught up already. Yeah, he's only 5'5" as well.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, so-
now I'm looking it up. I'm like curious on Danny Trejo's height.
Speaking of Danny,
Yeah, I'm not gonna do that now.
Was it Danny Trejo? Oh, great! Now I even forgot where I was going.
We're all over the place, man. We're talking about my kid's name and Lindsay Lohan.
Oh
and
yeah,
Amanda
and so
Nunes.
fake fighters, and then
Nah,
Ninja
man,
Turtles.
dude, there's a list. There's so many talented fighters out there. There's fighters out there. If I start going down the list, you're like, who? There's a lot of fighters that you will never even see go to UFC that are talented. They fight for a one championship, or they're in Muay Thai, and they always just
Dude, Muay Thai's brutal.
they'll just stay in the Muay Thai camp. They won't ever leave. That's all they know. They eat, breathe,
Train.
and train. That's all they do. And then they're amazing fighters. And people will fly out there to meet these guys just to train. And then they'll become world champions or become UFC's. You know what I mean? A lot of these UFC fighters you see, they go overseas to fight or train really. And then they bring those skills back to the States.
Actually, I did not know that. So
Like there's a fighter right now that's at my camp because I also train at a different camp called Fusion XL. And Fusion XL is kind of like the fight camp for me.
Okay.
So I have my karate school, but then I have the Fusion XL. And Fusion XL.
and that's where you get instruction.
Right, like I take classes there, but I also help out and teach.
Okay, got it.
And the story between that is the guy that runs his name Julian Williams. Julian Williams went to high school with me, and at the time he kind of was going through some weird kind of patchy stuff with his karate school, so he didn't have a karate school. So I was like, dude, you can use my place all day until you get your feet back on the ground.
That's awesome.
He found a place, boom, 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 and we just built from there. And now he has over, I think, like 8.
Schools?
No. 8 professional fighters and then like almost like 15 amateur fighters.
That's still pretty
There's
damn
a
good.
fight tonight that there's like a bunch of combat sports they're doing fighting and bare knuckle fighters. You got Mike Perry and then Mike Davis. You got Leo Machida, Phil Rowe. I mean, I can just go with Hannah Goldie. I can just go down the list of fighters that this guy has on his roster that train out of that school. So that school is building big. So
Sounds like it.
yeah.
So that kind of leads me to this question. You sound like so grounded in martial arts and the fighting world. What made you want to do comedy?
Oh, that's funny. Realistically, bottom line is to make my dad laugh.
That's it?
That's it. I want to make my dad laugh, and that's why I got into it.
He's never laughed at anything you've said
So
growing up.
I always
Oh, wait,
have
you
it-
forgot most of your stuff growing up anyway.
I'm very fortunate and lucky to be working with my dad. Like my dad and me, we've been together working 17 years at the karate school. So it's very rare that you have a family business. It's just me, my dad, and my sister that run
Okay.
the school.
Does she instruct as well?
Yeah.
Nice.
So my sister also does. She's 10 years younger than me, and I'm very fortunate for that. Yeah. So
10 years younger, that's half of your fighting career.
yeah, that's my karate. Yeah, exactly. So I think I was like just kind of just doing martial arts. I always been a fan of stand-up comedy. I used to go to stand-up. I got hooked on like Paulo Francisco and then George
Oh,
Lopez.
Pablo Francisco is great.
Yeah, like I loved them in the back. I used to watch them, and then they come. The improv used to be downtown. I used to go to improv, and then I'll go to other bar like open mics and stuff. But I never did it because in my head, I thought you had to be famous to be a comedian.
Right?
I didn't know you can just be like just start from the ground up. I didn't know that. I thought
Yeah.
you had to be like some movie credentials or TV credentials.
When I asked Jake, what does it take to get into stand-up comedy? He goes, just go to open mics.
Just go to open mics
And just try it.
and just keep doing it and trying it out, and then get paid, get shows, blah 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 blah.
Yeah. Actually, I was speaking with Joe, and I remember a time that I was at one of the open mics, and I brought like a lot of people there. And you noticed that, and you were like, you always bring a lot of people. How would you like to host? And I go, Kermit, I'm honored, but
I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah, and I was just like, I don't think I'm seasoned enough to host, but I still thank you for considering that. It's just that I was just a greenhorn at the time.
Yeah, I mean, you're still doing it, right?
No, I haven't done it in a while.
In a while. You gotta get back on the stage?
Yeah, I mean, I want to. It's just that I gotta rewatch Joe's episode because he gave the whole schedule of open mics that are out, but it's just that.
You don't gotta rewatch the episode. Here, I'll just send you a link.
That works too.
Why are you gonna torture yourself and watch Joe talk? Just I'll send you a link. There's a link with all the open mics. You don't gotta sit through that.
Well,
it's horrible.
Well, I appreciate that. Although I will say one of Joe's clips actually is my most quote unquote viral video on TikTok. It got over 26.7K views.
Oh, that sounds horrible. What is it about him pooping on something or something?
It was actually about the time that I went to Seoul and remember Gangnam Style? They have a statue of that in the middle of the square.
They do?
Yeah, it's a huge gold pair of arms like crossed over like that.
Get out of town.
Dude, I have a picture and everything.
Yeah, I want to see that. That's hilarious.
I'll show you after the show.
So what, Joe did some stereotype racist joke towards you?
Surprisingly, you would have thought that. But no, it was just me explaining the fact that there's a statue, and for some odd reason, people just thought that was really funny.
I mean, I didn't know that. I didn't know that Gangnam Style. What's his name?
His name is Psy.
Psy? Okay, I didn't know Psy had that level of...
Like, he was a one-hit wonder here in America, but in Korea, he's huge.
Oh, I can imagine that. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, he's actually had like multiple hits out in Korea before Gangnam Style came out. It's just that was the one that blew up here in America.
Why did that one blow up the biggest?
That's a great question. I still cannot explain to this day.
Because then he had the other one. What was the other one that he tried to make popular? They played it on one of the cartoon movies.
Was it Gentleman?
Yeah.
Bata Gentleman.
Yes, that one. And then I was like, this is what all right, this is what's making it.
Actually, Korea's always made music like that. I remember.
I bet you Korean people hate that music.
I would say
they hate the hits.
I would say the older generation do. They're a little bit more senile, I guess is the word.
What is Korean music? Like, what is the official Korean music?
I would say K-pop, but
no, like I'm talking old school.
Old school? That's actually a really good question. I've never listened to it.
You never like mom and or your relatives be like popping the tape and be like, listen.
I only lived in Korea for 6 months, and even then, I was born and raised here in America. So
okay.
I know in the 90s they had like the beginnings of K-pop, right around the time of NSYNC, just different. And I only know that because my cousin, we officially quote unquote adopted her. She was already in our family, but we adopted her so she could get an education in America. Then her family moved over here eventually, and so she would have all these posters of K-pop bands from the 90s on there, and she just introduced me to that world.
I feel like Korean film now is becoming way and I have a couple family members that watch only Korean soap operas.
Really?
Yeah, it's on Netflix now. It's like huge.
That actually reminds me of something really funny, because in Family Guy, in like the opening part of one of their episodes, they have two cartel guys from like Colombia or somewhere like that, and they're jumping out of the plane, but as they're speaking Spanish, Korean subtitles pop up. I don't know, so that just reminds me of something.
Dude, Family Guy gets away with so much.
They do, and they got away with a lot more back then.
Yeah, it's great. It's so good.
Yeah, I don't know.
Them in South Park.
South Park, yes.
Yeah, they get away with so much.
I remember when they showed Muhammad and some terrorist organization threatened to shoot them up.
I remember that one. That was a good episode. I remember that.
Yeah, so when it comes to Korean film, you're correct. Especially like Squid Game was huge. One of Netflix's more popular series is called Kingdom. It's essentially
the zombie one.
Yep. I love that. And then
it's a bit slow. It's a bit slow.
In the first part, yes, but the action scenes are pretty badass.
All right, I'll go back to it. I started watching the zombie one where they're trapped in the school. Oh, they just came out with it. I know you're talking.
I know exactly what you're talking about. But there was
You're All Dead or something like, or We're All Dead or something like that.
I think it is We Are All Dead or something like that.
I'm watching that one. It's a bit annoying, but I'm staying with it because they're being real dumb. Mm-hmm. Like they're doing like white people stuff. I'm like, hey man, you're Koreans. Get it together, guys. You guys got to be a little bit more tougher than this.
Exactly.
Let's get it together. So yeah.
There was actually another zombie movie that came out during the pandemic that I watched, and it was about this one guy. He lived by himself, and he was okay because he was a gamer and just stayed in his room.
And it's on the top floor.
Yeah.
That one was good. Oh man, what was it?
I forgot that one too.
It got real annoying though at the end. Remember when he had to leave? Mm-hmm. Oh, I was so mad. And then they got that. They went to that creepy route where that whole pervert.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't like. I was like, what is going on here? But that movie was fun. And the Koreans really like zombie movies. I'm starting to realize.
I don't know if this is coincidental with me, but for some odd reason, a bad recurring dream that I have is of the zombie apocalypse. And like every time, right before I'm about to be eaten, I wake up.
How long do you think you'll last if a zombie apocalypse actually happened? Like right now. Right now, me and you here, and then boom, a zombie. How long would you last?
Knowing that my cardio is for crap, not very long.
So realistically, you could probably stay. Are we talking running zombies or walking zombies?
Well, that's fair that you bring up that point, because if it is running zombies, I'm fucked. If it's walking zombies, I might have a chance.
Running zombies, I say I'll probably have 3 days.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's 3 days longer than
I think 3 days. Because the moment you walk outside, you're done.
Correct. I mean, unless you can find some way to like make more noise that they can all run to, so therefore you can just sneak away.
Bro, there's a lot.
There's a lot of factors. You're right. And plus, how clunky are your shoes? Do they make any noise? Like, for some odd reason, my sneakers, they squeak.
Yeah. And then walking, maybe a week, maybe 2 weeks.
I think I could actually last through the entire time. I just have to find, like, high enough elevation. I have to find some way to slow them down.
You're on the first floor right now.
Well, not if I move somewhere else.
No, we're talking right now. Now.
Like if they were, like, at my window.
Like, ding, ding, ding. And we're like, what's that? And we look outside and we're like, oh, shit.
All right.
So for right now, you're safe. But if they break in right now, we got to leave here. So this little haven is done.
Okay.
So now we got to go.
Well, assuming that the roads aren't fully clogged.
Oh, that's another issue. You're not going to go far with the car because all the crashes and everything's going to be happening. So you're on foot now.
Yeah, that's the thing. Everyone's not thinking, oh, man, I got to download the scooter app.
My dumb ass, I got to get back to my wife. So that's what sucks. Like
that's right. Yeah, I'm single. I'm good.
So you're good. You have the decision to make. You can hang with me or you can take your chances on solo.
You know what? I'll help you get to your wife so that us three can...
I appreciate that.
Because there's strength in numbers.
Okay, yeah. It's so far.
True. But then honestly, I have a few guitars. I have that gimbal that we could use as like blunt weapons.
What would we use? We would use the guitar. The guitar's
I actually have a couple of knives that can kind of help-ish.
Dude, you have any idea how hard it is to stab somebody through a skull to stop them?
Yeah, it's not as easy as they make it
like in the movies.
Yeah, it's not easy.
Dude, it's impossible. It's impossible. You need like a bow with like a long pointy stick.
Yeah.
To keep distance.
I mean, that's at least it's better than nothing.
Ah, dude, we would be dead.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
We should just do a suicide pact and just call it a day.
All right, yeah. just call your wife. And
yeah, just leave her a message and just go.
What do you think your last message to her would sound like?
Be like, babe. She's like, yeah. That's my wife's voice. Yeah. It's all airy. Yeah. Babe, I love you. You're gonna die. Bye. I'll see you later. She's like, what?
See you in hell. What?
See you in hell. Bye. I blame this Korean guy I'm hanging out with, and he started it. That's how it always starts.
Great.
Yeah.
Yeah, nah, I'm good.
You're good.
Yeah, I'm good. But not gonna lie, when you first walked in, I thought your shirt said "Nah, Dude Podcast."
No, it says "Nah, I'm good." I need to get freaking merch. I don't have merch for my podcast.
I mean, I just literally only started.
Yeah, you got a hat already.
Yeah.
You're way ahead of the game than me.
True, but the thing is that I was thinking I need more episodes before I could come out with merch because, people have got to be a fan of something before they buy merch. At least that's my philosophy.
Yeah, I bought coasters and I put the wrong website. So, yeah, so at least you're doing better than me. So, I mean...
Well, maybe first get on the right website and maybe we'll talk.
Yeah, I'm way behind on the merch level. I'm the idiot. So...
Well, I mean, just your cartoon avatar of you, for example, that or like the Not Dude logo, you can turn that into something.
I gotta turn it into something, man. I gotta get it out there.
Even a sticker. I'll put it right here and just have...
I'll do stickers. I'll do something. I know. Everyone yells at me about not doing merch.
Yeah, and personally, I had a bit of imposter syndrome when I was like, should I do merch? I feel like...
It's also a weird flex. I don't know if flex is the word, but it's a weird like, hey, man, buy this. What is it? A sticker. I'm like, just give it to somebody. If I do it, I'm just going to do it to give away to people first. You know what I mean? Like
that's what I'm doing right now with these hats.
That's why I don't want to do t-shirts, because t-shirts are hard to push.
They are, especially inventory, and then people don't buy enough, and technically that's money lost.
You're stuck with a box of like larges or extra larges just sitting there like, oh, Jesus. So no.
Yeah.
I don't want to do it.
I mean,
at least not right now. I don't know what I'm going to do. We're going on to episode 70. We'll figure it out.
Hey, you got it. Yeah, I mean, listen, I just released episode 22. Well, now it's March 17th, 18th?
Sure.
March 18th right now, so, it depends, because, this will probably be put out like a month later, but,
You're on top of the game too, huh?
Yeah, of course. Yeah. I mean, that was like one of my worst things is that, just being backed up all the time, that it's like, oh, I don't feel like it right now.
You're a one-man army, man. That's what you're doing, the editing, the promoting, the recording, the hosting. Yeah, bro. That's why I guess I'm doing the same thing. I have 3.
You are doing the same thing.
Yeah. Damn it.
We're hustlers.
Ugh.
Another good kind.
So annoying. I need someone to do it.
Right.
But I don't want to pay for it, so I got to do it.
I was about to say, I'm like, I would do it if I had money. But
yeah.
I barely have money for myself.
Yep, exactly.
Man, Corinne, I've actually learned a lot about the martial arts world through you today somehow.
Somehow.
Yeah, weirdly enough, I brought you on for being a comedian and podcaster, but we spoke mostly about your martial arts experience, which, don't get me wrong, was really cool.
Yeah.
I'm having a lot of fun, but unfortunately, we're at the last part of the episode, which is actually one of my favorites, the bonus question round.
Bonus question round.
10 questions that you do not know about, however, you'll still be credible enough to have a school afterwards.
I am very worried about this.
So, with that being said, are you ready?
Sure.
All right. Question number 1. If you could learn any martial arts from any master, what would you learn and who would it be with?
Does it have to be real?
You know what? Fuck it. Let's not make it real.
So Prince Zuko, Fire Nation. I want to learn how to shoot fire out my hands and learn that technique.
You know what? I will give you another option because that was badass, so I will give you another master to learn from.
Okay. Oh, give me another one? Does that have to be real too?
Yeah, this time a real one, but Prince Zuko, love that answer.
All right, well then let's go Ip Man.
Okay.
Yeah, let's go Ip Man. I would like to learn his style.
I mean, the guy who trained Bruce Lee.
Donnie Yen.
Donnie Yen.
Donnie Yen. There we go.
Yeah,
Yep.
that was a badass movie.
Yep.
Number 2, you're sitting front row at an MMA event.
Yes.
Who are you sitting next to? It can be anyone, friends, family, celebrities. And who's fighting? Prelims and the main card.
If I had a choice, I'm going to bring my podcast bros because we're just all MMA fans. So we'll be there and we'll be watching from beginning to end. Prelims all the way to main.
Who are fighting in the prelims and the main card?
Prelims is anybody, I don't care. Anyone who wants to fight. Main card, I want to go ahead and go with my people from Fusion. I like to see Phil Rowe, Hannah Goldie, and they're fighting for a belt. Let's do it.
Excellent. Question number 3. What is your dream vacation and itinerary?
Dream vacation. If I wasn't such a scaredy cat about traveling, I would like to go to somewhere like the nice islands, like in Thailand area, Thai.
Like Bimini, Tahiti.
Yeah, just one of those crazy places.
I think Bimini is like somewhere around here, but yeah, like Tahiti
Or something like
Fiji.
that. Yeah, Fiji, like those places you see only on Instagram. Like that's not real.
Bora Bora.
Yeah, I want to go there. And just veg out. I would like to go there. That would be nice.
Sounds like a good time.
Yeah, I wouldn't know how to get there though.
It sounds like a good time, but then I realized that sure, it's luxury, but then if a typhoon were to come through, they're fucked.
Well, I mean, yeah, that's everything, isn't it?
I guess
feel like
so.
Florida's one hurricane away from being underwater too.
That can be debatable, but
Yeah.
then here's the thing about Floridians: we're still gonna drink and party.
Yeah, for sure.
Question number 4. An interdimensional space demon has entered our world and can only have their butt kicked by martial artists. If you can pull anybody from any time or any universe to help you out, what 3 guys are you assembling to help defeat this alien, and what power do you have?
I don't know about universe, but what's my team consist of? How many people?
3 people.
3? You said 3? I didn't even catch
3
that.
other people. So you're leading the team.
I lead the team and I get 3.
Correct. 4 people.
Let's go with some real fighters. We'll put John Jones with me. And I can be fictional too?
Or anything that can teach you some way of fighting.
Oh, okay. I was about to put Godzilla in my mix.
We can take Godzilla.
Want to take Godzilla? Let's take Godzilla. Let's do John Jones Godzilla. And what's Optimus Prime doing? We'll take Optimus Prime.
Oh my god.
And
And what's your power?
my power of invisibility. That way I don't have to be there. I'll fucking leave them to fight.
You'll just lead them from afar.
Yeah, I'm like, go, and I'll go, and I'll just disappear, and I'll run. I'll be like, just get the hell out of here.
The only thing we can see is like the footsteps coming off the dirt as you run away.
Yeah, that's all you see.
Number 5. What was one of your most memorable fights?
The one I don't remember. I got knocked out.
Okay. All right.
How about I'll give you one. The time I got my ass whooped by my father. How about that? It was
Not at home, right?
no, it was 100% at home.
But was it like a fight or like?
Oh, it was an ass whooping.
Oh, okay, got it. Like, did
Because
you?
I decided to fight my dad.
Oh, okay, got it.
Yeah.
I thought you like broke something and he just gave you an ass.
No,
whooping
it
because of
was I came home with like an F or something like that in my report card, and he was just giving me the business, just yelling at me, and I just swung at him. Fuck it, roll the dice, right? I just punched him in his face, and then that's all I was able to do. He punched me in my gut, and as I tried to run away, he round kicked me in my stomach. Oh. And then I dropped. I think he gave me like a 3-piece combo with a Coke. And then I just got up, and I think I remember sleeping on the ground in my room, not even in my bed. I just laid on the floor and went to sleep.
just accepted defeat.
I remember that ass whooping.
Oh my god. Actually, have you ever heard of a anime called Baki?
Yeah, the ones with the big giant half naked men.
Yeah, where everybody is like has muscles on their muscles.
Yeah, I haven't watched an episode, but I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, well, one of the main villains of the show is the main character's dad, so I could and the dad's supposed to be like some OP'd fighter.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, and so, I don't know, just that reminded me of your dad whooping your ass. So.
Yeah, you know what? I feel like I need to change my list, too, by the way, if I was fighting my world. I just thought about a bunch of people now. That Godzilla and Optimus Prime would get killed.
Alright, so who do you rescind?
Nah, man, let's get One Piece on my team.
Okay, Luffy?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, let's get One Piece. Let's put, not the old, but the new Sasuke. Let's put Sasuke on there.
Okay.
And since we got to keep it one realistic person, let's put Mike Tyson on it. Fuck it.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. We'll do whatever you want, Kermit.
Let's go. Let's go do this.
I don't know. His powers can be like, I summon my army of pigeons.
Yeah. And then my powers would be like One Piece, man. Or One Piece. Yeah, I like that. Like stretchy and blowing up and all that. I'll take those powers.
Just gotta, what's it called? The dum-dum fruit or something like that?
Yeah, that would be me. Yeah, I'm going full anime. Screw this.
I like it. Number 6. What's a concert you would like to see? And if you have to bring back people from the dead, so be it.
Man, we had this conversation on our podcast. Well, I went to go see Metallica, so I already saw that.
Yo,
so
that's sick. How was that?
Metallica was awesome. That was like on my bucket list. It's very rare because I don't like going too many concerts. But if I had to, I would like to go see Rage Against the Machine.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I think Rage Against the Machine would be nice to see. And if I had to bring someone from the dead, just for the hell of it, just bring back Michael Jackson. I just want to see him perform live. But young Michael, I don't want the old one.
The pervy one?
Yeah, even though pervy one was still having the hits.
Oh, don't get me wrong, but it's like
I'm talking about like
Jackson 5.
Yeah, like Jackson 5 would have been great, but or like even like I would have liked to see James Brown live.
Ooh.
James Brown live would have been dope. Maybe Bowie.
Okay.
I'll probably go with Bowie.
That sounds like a good lineup. Okay, so number 7. Some odd reason you've taken a bullet for 3 celebrities.
Jesus Christ.
And instead of them charging you their price to go on your podcast, they join you. Who are the 3 celebrities that you have on?
I took a bullet for these guys?
I don't know. You're just there and you're like...
I am not that big of a fan.
But if you're in the hospital, they come and visit you and be like, hey, what can we do to help you? And then you're just like...
Come on my podcast.
Yeah, for free.
I don't have any kidneys, but come on my podcast. Because I got shot out.
Exactly, so...
I loved you as Tony Stark, so just come on my podcast, Rob.
Okay, so Robert Downey Jr.
Robert Downey Jr., come on. Who else? Samuel L. Jackson, what are you doing this week? Come on in. Because I took a bullet for you. I don't even know why. And who else? I love you as a Green Goblin. Willem Dafoe, come on in, bro. Oh, you know what? No, I actually moved away and I took it for Jason Statham. So Jason, let's talk about Transporter and all that crap. Come on in. Yeah.
I was going to say, if you had Willem Dafoe on there, he could be like, I'm something of a podcaster myself.
Yeah. All right, William, you can come on, dude.
He could be a 4th guest appearance.
Yeah. For some reason, I took a knife stab for you.
There we go.
Weird. Yeah.
I'm surprised it wasn't for Tom Holland since he's British. Oh,
too
soon?
No. Oh, is that what we're doing? Yeah. No. I don't want Spider-Man on there. Spider-Man's cool, but not him.
Spooderman. Number 8. What is a dream place for you to perform stand-up comedy?
I don't have one of those. I don't have one of those bucket lists. Anywhere that's not a bar where it's like karaoke next. Like, oh God, what is this? Anywhere where it's like comedy's supposed to be, I'm happy. I don't like these. We're at a lamp store. Like, oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
So, those kind of places. So.
All right, I understand, like an actual venue.
Yeah, how about an actual venue would be nice?
What venue would that be?
I don't know the venues, so that's what I'm saying. I can't sit here and be like, the Ha-Ha Room. Like, I don't know where it's at.
Fine. What's a dream place for you to fight in?
Those days are over, bro. Fight?
Yeah.
If I was actually good at it in prime, I guess a UFC event in Las Vegas.
Okay, there we go.
Yeah, I'll do it if I was not achy every day and
need to take ice baths like
not
an hour.
39, 5'3". Come on now, you're gonna be killed.
What are you talking about? You can maybe run under some people's legs. And
great. Just ball hitting all damn day. That's all I'm gonna do. Just Johnny Cage punching people in the dick.
If something works in your favor, use it, man.
Yeah.
Number 9. If your content could blow up in one country besides the U.S., where would you want it to be?
Europe.
That's not a country.
Shit. No,
that's a continent.
That's a continent. Fuck. Damn it!
Honestly, that's not as bad because I've actually had 2 girls on the podcast go, wait, is Vietnam in Asia? So does that make you feel better?
No, it doesn't. It doesn't make me feel better at all.
So where in Europe would you like your stuff to go viral?
Let's just go with freaking England or something. I don't know, or Spain. I don't know. One of the 2.
There we go.
Son of a bitch. I was so confident. Europe! Wrong. Oh, shit.
There is no wrong answers, but wrong answer. And number 10, this is something that I ask everybody, but the answers always vary. What is your best, most recent accomplishment?
Getting married.
Oh,
Boom.
that's a great one, man.
Yep.
And when did you get married again? Yeah, I know it was this year, but...
No, December. Last year.
Oh, never mind. So it was very recent.
Recent. Very recent.
Got it.
Yep.
Well, mazel tov to you on that.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
also, dude, you were a hilarious guest, man.
Oh, thank you, man. I'm glad I could do it.
Yeah, I personally believe that you deserve all those accolades that I gave you before. And just want to say, I know that you're busy, whether you're making content or teaching karate or doing stand-up comedy. But I appreciate you coming on the show today.
Yeah, man. No problem, boss.
Yeah.
Appreciate it, bro.
Of course.
Yeah,
And
man.
so, Kermit, I brought you on the show because, honestly, just like Jake, Joe, and Christoph, you're one of the funniest comedians I know, or at least I know here in Orlando.
Thank you.
You always boost everyone's serotonin level when you make people laugh, but then you're also teaching people discipline and how to defend themselves. And, you're a stand-up guy, that anyone could really not meld with, but you know what I mean?
I got you.
Yeah.
It's just one of those, you can have a conversation with.
Yeah.
It's kind of just chill out. You don't have to feel like you have to be on.
Exactly.
Yeah. I don't like that. I don't like that when people feel like they have to be on or they have to be working jokes on me or something. Just talk, man. You don't gotta do that.
You have all that, which is why I think you, Kermit Gonzalez, have big DK energy.
Oh my God, that's such a okay. I'll take it. I appreciate it, man.
Of course.
I never heard your sign off.
That's my sign off.
Yeah, I never heard it. That's so good. All right, keep going.
it.
Yeah.
All right, so we're gonna put all of his links in the description box below. Like, comment, share, subscribe to both Big DK Energy as well as Nod Dude Podcast.
Yeah.
And before we head out, is there anything you want to say or share, promote?
No, you can check us out at Nod Dude Podcast, spelled Nahdood. Everyone spells dude, and it's not dude, it's Dood.
It's dude.
Dude. So, so it's me, Pedro Lima, Danny Davenport, and we do it they come out every Thursday, put it that way. We film Sunday, come out Thursday. So, that's pretty much it, guys. So, thanks for having me.
Of course.
Appreciate it, bro, and much success to you in your podcast and everything else you're doing.
You as well, man.
All right, brother.
All right, since this is over, I'm Danny K, and we are signing off.
Adios.